Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what is it now? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking? And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary.
It's not fucking cryo.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Hey, what is your problem?
That felt good. Everyone is a whore. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame.
Stop that.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives... You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a...
Stop that.
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives you. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not...
Stop that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered. Still not happening. The bed is still cold.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly. So I'm sure they'll do the trick. Simple. At least, that's the locusts.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the...
Yes.
It's you again. What is it? Again.
Good one, Titus.
We hanged him.
Didn't they teach you any?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school. Certainly enough to not put up with this back sass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 quid.
That definitely caught him off guard. In comes number 2 to take care of it.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head.
That's right, lawman. And then...
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then...
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you.
Yeah, man, weren't you listening?
My fucking elbow, Copper.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
With numbers, asshole.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. Why not? Yap my ear off. I got nothing to hide.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling. Do you think you could do that?
A trick question. Don't let her. Titus, keep addressing him. He wants every...
Who do you fucking think does?
The sweaty man turns red and looks first.
It's not the fat ass. Titus, run.
I think you got your answer.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But are you deaf? Do you think...
A trick question. Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he...
Who do you fucking think does?
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fuck...
This asshole is worse than...
I think you got your answer.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. Are you deaf? Do you...
A trick question. Titus.
Who do you fucking think does?
Theo's a great guy. A great guy, but come on. Titus Hardy...
I think you got your answer.
Yes, there are some... Are you deaf? Do you think...
A trick question. Titus.
Who do you fucking think does? You keep him the fuck out of this. We have our...
When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boy, are you deaf? Do you think you could...
A trick question. Titus.
Who do you fucking think does?
That's right, asshole. Titus...
I think you got your answer.
No. You did... Are you deaf? Do you...
A trick question. Titus.
Who do you fucking think does?
Titus, no one was thinking...
That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it.
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations.
How many people have you sent to the
Or send them to reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people have...
This isn't something he came up with.
How many people...
Or send them to reunion. Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in...
So is hanging a man, slowly, with...
How many people have you...
Or send them to reunion to rot. For...
Doesn't remember them. He just...
Ain't no use keeping... About fucking time. It's you again. What is it?
You have so many bad options ruled out, it's insane. There is no way in the world you won't do it this time.
And what exactly is it you've been doing this so all the while talking racist shit? Don't think we aren't watching, fascia. People here trust us. So you keep saying, and I do want to believe you.
Yeah. Callie said you've been hanging around the daycare center. In the bushes.
I can believe that.
There is no Carly, and there is no kindergarten. It's a joke.
Please stop hanging around the jungle gym. Whatever you're doing there... It's the ledger you and the cool piece of arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, Handwritten logs on you don't exactly. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. This one is relative cause of failure. Rent. The mural is enormous. True love is possible. Oh, people call it that thing, and that. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, Jay, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, sent a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tap? It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, who knows, those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day you may still catch them. AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear view mirrors would be for them to stop. You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? Can you keep yourself off the streets? Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in. Locking them up. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, no, that's Burke. Leslie's shtick is flashing his genitals, remember? How will you ever solve the unsolvable? He must have confused it with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent expo, which is also why the officer responsible, narrowly, does that sound like a Raphael something Costo to you, sir? Fine then, you've earned it. Not much has changed. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper, some neon yellow. Then rip them from the binder and hand them. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. But they appear pleasantly vague, a tool for manipulation. Give the lower. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear. A dozen pages of thin copy paper. Bright color of the irises. Predation. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. The rest of the stinking cellulose. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside. Ever permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. There's pain in there, if you want some. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top. The 2 sides of the board appear. The slides snap back into place. It should be without resistance or sound. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. A young woman in her 20s. There is care. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read. Throw it away, please. A merciful wind blows in from the Bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. Frisson covers your entire body. Your hands shake, holding on to it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the you. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's...
Detective, is everything all right?
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just, well, almost nothing. There is the That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion.
The call when you're dead.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, because it's always there.
Your name is...
It certainly ain't Harry. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid.
There is no Voyager Road. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules.
Oh, but you are.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated...
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone?
Actually, beer and cider have loads of water in them.
But these are not the Franco-Nigerian centuries.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema. 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can...
It's the ledger you found. Oh, and the cool piece. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is net. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who do you think? You. It's slightly. The acidic stench of rotting food is... an intricate web of it's still kind of the bullet is still safely sealed away. Sounds like you're a potential suicide cop. One bullet should do the trick. You have the gun, and you have the bullet. What is this? You're not ready to die. It would be the honorable thing to do. It would really show them. Fine. Keep up the charade another day. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. Silence. No one answers your call. Silence. No one. This button.
This button looks new. What do you see?
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and...
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary. Yes, I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough. I'll let you handle the Q.
Fuck, does Kuno care? Yeah. Kuno took the books, so what?
So it wasn't a phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Stop! You stop. It's like their fucking night.
There's a tug of war over the name of his The girl forces herself to watch again. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how
an artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone?
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
Oh my God, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like...
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into...
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno!
So that's what this is about. Without a word, she disappears entirely. For once, the boy is lost for words. He used this momentary confusion to take... You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence. Just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of...
Hello, officer. I think so. It was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap.
Darling, I told you to take it easy.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next...
That's just something people tell them. There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find a phasmid or admit defeat, people.
You can? Fine. It's better than having this...
He wants to see this tale through as much...
Really? It's too much of it.
What Morel means is...
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel.
This would show them all...
It's you again. What is it?
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, you believe the place was called Precinct 41.
Huh? You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting...
So what? What do you want from me?
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her. If you don't, if you question her, harass her.
What is her name?
Claudia. I'm on Duke. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. Remember what you said to her?
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably...
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few...
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you do, do not tell him. Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship.
It was like that karaoke incident all over again.
Okay, enough.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a time.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe?
Here you go, boss.
I know her.
How well do you?
Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here for a few months. You mean Revachol? Nah.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just... Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your...
Titus gives them... What's with all the silences? It's like the...
What do you think I meant? Yeah, tons of it. All this. No, we just fucked. That's all.
He really went out of his way to seem he's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I
remember what I said.
Officer, what was that? Yes. Yes.
'Tis art.
The victim? Is there something...
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Understood. It is. This would have been good to know before. It should have. Anything... What you're saying is... You raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside.
Then, don't ever say that. What else? Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. We'll be all right, Lieutenant.
You feel fortified by his... Is it though? The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. You see a heavy... The door is closed. There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before. This little depression is all you could inflict. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me, please. White morning. It was morning all along. The words still echo in the hallway. There we go. Fucking whore. What a...
Who is it?
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. It's been used quite a lot. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for that.
You could say he's on the lookout. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian. Nothing of note. This window is pristine on the smooth as ice. There are spots of mud following your lead. The lieutenant leans in closer to...
Looks like it, yes.
The same small, heavy door. No lock inside.
I don't know, Lieutenant Infrator. It is not the first closed door we found in this build. I don't know. The further we get, the more the vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this build. No, still a mini investigation.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the root. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little...
Welcome to the roof.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. A third place? Interesting.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57.
Have I ever? This is the fabled cop of the apocalypse. What happened, man? The end was supposed to be mere seconds away. Why we're still here? Yeah, man.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the...
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first.
Clausier Amandou. Vredefort, Republic of...
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man?
A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're... I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary. I'm afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline ticket.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a goat. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people the kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your doc. I would love to change the subject. It's not important.
Didn't she say you would have to interrogate her before? And that she didn't do it? What was...
Well. It seems I either underestimated you. If I didn't know better, I'd say you feigned that fuck having lied to get me to say something stupid. Was that so?
The lieutenant gives you a little look. It's good we discussed your history with her, he thinks. I can play along.
Cool. You told us about the investigation Friday night. Anyway, I thought it would be funny to say I didn't do it, because I knew about your investigation. Phew. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Okie dokie. The record. So, yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because, thank you, I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is... No, don't listen to the stiff.
What did you say? Oh my god. Now it's turning into no. I'm sorry. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Very funky. I have no idea, officer. It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his note.
Okay. Yeah? Alright. Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen. By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges.
It's all very organic. By they, she means...
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. Pretty much.
Warming them.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Serious.
You hear cracking in her shoulders.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. We partied. A lot of partying going.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you...
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you...
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect. I guess you can say that, yes. A bit.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some...
She appears aloof, but that's...
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had
a bitter cringe.
You called us, dear...
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffed with nail clippers. And I divert.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no...
Still, that's pretty clever tempering. Simple.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just...
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was...
We're not entirely convinced about that answer.
Thank you for making the call, miss.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't... I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling.
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. Worked.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theater craft.
They stripped his clothes and they...
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you...
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged.
This is beginning to get confusing for you too.
Cowering? I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth over drinks. It's been a little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relation?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way...
She breathes a silvery...
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have...
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into...
Not my favorite topic. How about we, change...
She looks at the dried petals in...
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Why was there a flower on the roof?
Or an admirer?
Admires? I'm too old to be a debutante. And...
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has a...
Yes. You're just one room away.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like...
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Quick. Say something professional. She looks back. Don't worry. We will protect... We will see through. You are advised. There are muscles on long... Nothing. Just time passing. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be no... Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. She presses her elbows against her waist. The strange moment ends. It was brief.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m. Drinking coffee, most likely.
You made the right call there. I'm talking about your zero-tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful stance. Would you like to take it up a notch? Yes, you're pure. Unravaged by narco. Of course not. You've always been anti-narco militant material. You kept her off...
That's good to hear.
Six crumbling petals.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the revolutionaries, so the communards and the... It's about girls and boys more than sides. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks... maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry and fragile. Rene, that old man in the uniform. Maybe you should show it to him when... The same small, heavy door. This window is pristine.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called... Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate this... What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way...
You would have caught it.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation.
I've got nothing to say.
It's you again. What is it? Again? Seriously, man. You don't know her. Not the way I do.
Okay, this turned out better than expected.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
A whore, huh? A lot of that going around lately. From the mouth.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly...
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the trauma.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs off. Goddamn, no one tells you to...
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south...
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. Frankly, it's a bit terrible. Someone has to rush in to break the tension.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. Show it to him, T.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Another apocalyptic actor in town. This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters. A mess.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you, a cop?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting...
I won't be on your bulletin board.
There's a lot of questions.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mig.
A door gun is a gun mounted to...
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only one. We have machines. We're in logistics.
Understood? You've listened in on the...
Since way before their chief.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop. Oh.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broke.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Yeah? You do that.
The porter reel is just what you needed. You push. Command set.
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village.
The harbor. That's the son of a...
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dead. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel. The
end of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still, one of the other mercenaries, I think. A village on the Samaran Isola in South Safre. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have a
symbol of soldier of the...
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony.
It's you again. What is it? Smart boy. You go do that.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions.
She doesn't care. If anything, she's...
Where did they get this recording?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased. Recorded...
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't...
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds... He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled... Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Had I the physical robustness and social support?
Did he tell you he had actually done any...
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed...
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and...
Like, for example, his...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page, the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer. It's...
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways?
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were...
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of it...
No love for Muta Oranje? Wasn't he a soul?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on seminar. He was by no means a stupid man.
A flash of rage comes over you. The words have already left your mouth.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. I love Revachol, though. He was 42.
42? Are you sure?
He had many scars that made him appear older. We even celebrated his birthday, like...
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
A miss. The adversary one.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly.
He had a combat wound?
Yes. Severe.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you...
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now. Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
Quite a lot, yes. Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to... How? Imagine him...
Is this Oranese lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. He's smoking and drinking, and the woman goes like, well, and he says, that was too hardcore. And so it goes. Star after star. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some... He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminoles Islands. And It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. How much does the toxicology report cost the police?
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your... All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Call the Mama Dakwa. It's not only your eardrums that... Wait, stop. That man, bloated below the damage, the weeks of decomposition. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol. You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58? You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
There's silence. Then a little more.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go?
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. Something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably satisfying...
Nice.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it...
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to the footprints on the floor, however.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. You clearly see footprints in...
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could... The Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks.
Large prints, most likely made by... One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips...
Between that and that. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could. No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look...
Everything around you is... Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Lit, a phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinballs.
The pinball machine? Gordy's Goats, a classic. A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, the theme of the game is to explore Gore. The peak of the mountain is at the top. Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's club. Over there, in the corner, not just lit, a phrase.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gord, get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are... It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3. Go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was. The kind of a guy who uses the word an avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall. He also hit his wife and kids. But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board. And although a few plummet, suddenly a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More tiny hammers shatter something inside the machine. The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine's...
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting...
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost... You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
How? If you can't even... The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. There goes nothing, Fingerboy. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent...
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
The door does not. This small elevator smells of nougat and sweat. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, "This elevator must have been used to transport pin." There are large rectangular buttons. Monter, descendre, and...
That it does. I say, let's brave it. No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century. No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom. Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a...
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe? Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be...
A creek.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even worked.
Remember the dice maker? Then that...
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This...
But then, it went bankrupt. Your skin crawl...
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager... He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost...
Stupid superstition. But it's not a ghost story.
Officer?
Yes? What is that? That was pretty good.
Whoa, how does she know your name? She probably heard it from somewhere.
Huh, that was... Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
Truly horrible. I beg of you.
Jean, he's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really...
She actually did.
Yes, I called you by your name. What about it? Honestly, I don't care. I don't think anyone... Yes, I called you by your name. God, everybody knows your name. Please go finish.
The locusts aren't doing all.
Our Canada.
The trap stands empty. The locusts, dazed from being... They're not really going to get...
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will... Don't answer that. It was a...
He doesn't want to. But if there is one more cryptozoological runaround...
Hello, dear. Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them.
Her voice is shaky. What?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into...
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud.
That really is too much, sweetie.
Very strange. Why is she not
Different? How?
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. It's, a strange feeling.
And when a police officer asks...
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your child... Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just... Morel's so proud of it.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
No, at least I don't think that I'm some queen of the crypt.
That I am a queen?
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
A true believer.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Okay, it's 11:13.
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
You're welcome, sweetie.
A waste of time. A dream. A lie. A fool's. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside.
We should go too.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
What's that supposed to mean? Fuck you, buddy. She's not my taste. Now, was there anything else? I have like 4... Oh, okay, well, I did hear you make noise. Okay, what is back there? Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door... I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering...
He was wondering about something business-related. About how much money he could make of one.
Those machines are whirling property. But it wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than that...
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up. Sounds like he cares about the place. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
What? Why?
So he knows of the doomed commercial area. And its address. He's thought about this.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial? For 14 years, man.
He's done a fine job, too.
Yeah. It's slowly growing on me, even if it is part of the damn doom. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation. Some real estate management company.
There is an acrimonious note.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria manager. Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail,
Good pick.
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking...
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share.
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful. Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pins.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me... What wall? I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Yes?
It's you again. What is it? Anne. That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revish.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about...
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No, good God, all right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors.
This is just perfect. Just fucking...
Women are crazy. Irrational. No, they're not. And you're not itching for any bumps. Don't betray your inexplicable feminist ideals for cheap.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump hard.
It's all right, Glenn. I just thought she...
Yeah, that was...
You wanted her to see the man for what he was.
I just got too worked up. You can say that again.
Here we go. Bump it hard. Your fist connects with his. The slam isn't audible.
And now you, Pina Claude.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. Not bad.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him. She got into some stupid shit.
Yes, yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more.
Yeah?
He doesn't sound very convinced anymore.
I already told you.
There's less gusto in his voice now. They're confused. This is growing.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. What?
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said,
"Fuck on!"
That lying, scamming.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some...
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Firearm. A glass 08 or a 38 cal. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis! Stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo! Angie, where's your goddamn in?
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go to...
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of...
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she...
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes.
Glacier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Nah, he's my brother.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. Yeah, she wouldn't. They're powerful. connected to the moral end.
That's all he knows.
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. Not yet. Just, I'm thinking, someone's past.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe.
I like that. Been thinking this.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could tell you what I'd do. Check out the in a manner of speech.
Remember the two girls?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. Fella, you think too much. He's awful.
A little too far there.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boy. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's me too. You do that. Hey, cop. She... Klausya came to Martinez to hide.
Still, after all this headache.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of...
We'll take that into account.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed.
I understand. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's for what it's worth. I'm sorry for what...
This is good. Clear, is it? Shush. I can't let the miss speak. She's tall.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
I know that. But the people around here, they don't see... You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. I have people after me. And they have friends in the...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter... Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. It's not nice, but it's not illegal.
What exactly did you...
Industrial espionage. I joined a business with a bigger company. The kind you really...
I need the names of the companies involved.
The job was Elysium County Savings Bank.
But she really...
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Luskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intel... This was not a joke. Real people lost. A lot of people got hurt.
That can wait.
One of them killed themselves because of me.
She says it quickly, like she's out of guilt.
I don't. How do you live with yourself? By bargaining, then. I do that too. It's not all that. We were there. Together, okay? He was in a kneeling position. I turned back to him.
A great pain moves through.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. I waited for the second shot.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30 to 12:15.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Did you hear or see the shooter?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be...
Run, woman. Run past them. And
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is...
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
No.
Still, there is some...
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know.
To mislead you.
To produce lividity.
Yes.
We completely missed the tempering.
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make... Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boy.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through?
When he was shot? I may have.
The gunshot wasn't that loud.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know.
It could have been a desire. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape.
True, sire. 'Tis true.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration, or...
She simply shakes her head.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those...
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best. Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish so they wouldn't be hurt. I just don't know. I don't know.
We can't go after loose cap.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand. The people around here. No one. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could...
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete.
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother.
You should have another look at that window after. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the... She nods, silent. He's thinking, are we done here? Or, who? What? She probably didn't give you her real name either.
There may be grounds here. At least for an...
A little whimper.
What? I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever. There was an older woman on the other end.
That is the emergency. Anyone could know that, sire.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call too.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your...
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commons. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds.
Falsified document?
Passport and visa. Given to me by...
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that...
She fears an arrest right here and now.
West of the boardwalk. In the reeds. On the coast there. It's useless.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Could it mean Glazia is an acronym?
It was a sentimental thing. I wanted...
A nickname. Who gave...
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
She nods. Her round eyes meet you.
I am. They can never take my sash and my...
Yes, they can. For lying. She nods. Her back straight. Ready for what...
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Failure to aid. She purposefully... Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no. I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second, gearing up for this betrayal.
Ruby. She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her. Sex. And more. When I started spending time with Lely.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantic?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I...
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to...
Yes, but what was their relation?
We spent a lot of time together, listening to the radio and stuff.
What was that question about? She's feeding her...
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why somehow she knew Lely was dead.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living. And she's a pro. She must be.
Some of that fear is... What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll...
She could have had access to the roof. You've noticed that she could have come to the roof through that.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone...
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring.
Okay. Arrest the liar now. Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid.
Thank you. Thank you.
Something tells you, you will. She nods, then...
Okay.
She slowly... You are. This is not the end of...